Hello everyone and welcome here today for the Rotterdam Grand Prix. A very exciting day for you lot and a very exciting day for us here at the media team for our first media stream. How exciting this is. Very, very exciting. But straight into it though, unfortunately we can't get any desktop audio for some reason. We'll have to find out what happened there. But currently fastest at the moment is wsupe in the McLaren with a 46.5 at the moment, and there's some wing damage from the Red Bull there. You can see that. There we go. That is, I think that is CB2, if we can find them. Yeah, CB2 has lost their front wing, so they will have to box for a new one. Disappointing indeed. But like I said, this man right here is on pole position for qualifying at the moment. Just a quick thing though, I apologise for the late stream. I get how that can be annoying. And it seems we do got some desktop audio actually. Hold on. Here we go. There we go. That is what we want. So, wsupe is boxing. There we go. So, following them in P2 is the Aston Martin of Hawk, then Critical Noob, then Officer Cap, then Randomize. So a couple of these drivers I personally know quite well, and they're all doing pretty fantastic. That top 5 at the moment, very, very close, separated by over 7/10 at the moment. But behind them is Epic Dusk, 1TZ, Evscent, 1, Lucibot, 99 Ransom per, I think that's 99. Oh, 99 RC99. I apologize. SOS. I apologize. SOS OR Bob. Oh, Bob. Dear. Then we have PrimeDrifter, the championship leader in P14 at the moment. So they're not doing pretty well at the moment. For the Red Bull, their teammate, CB2, is in P18 without even saying a time yet. But we still have 7.5 minutes left of this session. So there's plenty of time for everyone to improve here. But looking ahead, it seems like Srosh in the Alfa Romeo has gone P7 in very well for the Alfa Romeo, very good. But one of the surprise showings from Critical Noob, who didn't do too well last weekend in that Williams car, but now they're back and fighting for it. And wsupe not doing particularly well as well either. Let's have a look at the championship, if I can find it. That is the question. That is what we'll need. Main announcements. So, PrimeDrifter leads the Drivers' Championship with Officer Cap in P2. So, Officer Cap is down in P4 in qualifying at the moment with a 47.019, 3/10 off of that P3 position. Then, Hawkbase in P3 in the championship. Then, Lucibot in the Williams down in P4 in the championship, but P8 in qualifying at the moment. So, not doing particularly well for the Williams, but the Williams have been improving. They've got Critical Noob, who they only just signed last weekend, so he's probably still getting used to their car. Then, looking ahead, it seems one of the Alfa Romeo. He's not even, I think this may be their first Grand Prix, or in the form of Ada. Let's see if we can find them. Adam's friend in the Alfa Romeo here. That's their name. I'm not saying that because they're Adam's friend. I'm saying that's because their name, Adam's friend. But definitely someone to keep an eye on. I'm very disappointed with this audio right now. Very, very disappointed. Can we get... Interesting. Don't know why that's not working. We'll have to look at that for another time. But 5 minutes left of a session, and Critical Noob in the Williams car has just gone P1. by about 1/10 of a second, pretty much, separating Critical Noob and wsupe. So Critical Noob coming from the Ion, doing pretty well in Ion as well, actually. So he's going to be bringing that experience from Ion over to here in Romula 1. Then Randomize also doing pretty well in that AlphaTauri. Fantastic work from them so far, isn't it? PrimeDrifter still yet to set an amazing time. I wonder if they're waiting till the later parts of this session. We'll have to find out. There we go. That's who we want. So let's go on an onboard lap with opposite cap. They're going to be going for their lap. Here they go, going through turn 1. Very tight. Then going into turn 2, which they mess up on, actually. That is the Aston Martin. Not doing too particularly well through there, I think. I think they made a bit of a mistake. But Evcent in the Alpine is down in P11. So they're about to start another lap. Lucibot goes P6 with a 47.5 in qualifying now. Here goes Evcent. Very wide. And they go straight off track there. Not what you want to be doing on your qualifying laps, especially with 3 minutes and 40 seconds left of this session. So, someone to keep an eye on. But, oh, and Hawk Base. They go P1. Hawk Base is set the fastest lap. That is a good time from them. That is 2/10 faster than Critical Noob. So that will put them on pole position, or provisional pole at the moment. It seems there's been a few more improvements, as one from the Mercedes. One Yeetie Boy, yes. There we go. One Yeetie Boy is 6th fastest at the moment with their teammate 1TZ. 1TZ Hevzen is in P11. So, not particularly the best of showings from Mercedes, but I bet they're happy with that P6 at the moment. So, very short laps around here. I wonder what the track amount of laps will be in the race. So, we will probably be around about 50 or 40 laps. As you see with wsupe, I think that's wsupe, coming out of the pit lane. No, that's not wsupe. That will be his teammate, Epic Dusk. But wsupe, we're going to go on an onboard lap with him for the rest of his lap. He's about to go on to another lap. Could this be one of his good laps? We'll find out. So, wsupe about to come across the line. Here we go. 2 minutes left of the session, and he's not improved. On these soft tyres, you get about 2 hot laps. So you have to remember that these people will have to box if they want to go for another few laps. So wsupe going through that first few corners very nicely, going now into the hairpin. Lovely jubbly, very smooth, going to the exit, going right to the wall. They're going through the chicane, pretty much flat out that bit, going into the next very long right-hander, going very round the brow of this corner, going into the next left-hander, which is also a very long corner. So very sharp, yet very long corners sometimes. So we'll have to watch this. This is the very difficult corner, the last corner, but he seems to be going through it very, very nicely. And wsupe is about to come across the line. Does he improve? No, he does not. Does not improve. Oh, dearie dear. As one Yeetie Boy, actually, in the Mercedes, has gone P5 with a 47.1. It's a good lap from then. But, on Critical Noob, I've just realised they have not gone up a position, but they have improved, and they're very close to Hawk Base, as well as PrimeDrifter, who's now in P3. So there we go. That is a very good time from PrimeDrifter and Critical Noob. But I can tell you, Critical Noob will not be happy about that time, because he's very, about 1/1000th of a second off of Hawk Base for that pole position. So, looking further down the grid though, talking of the Red Bulls is CB2. They're not doing too well. They're down in P15 compared to their teammate, which is not the best. But wsupe, P4, they are looking to improve. I can tell you that now. They are falling behind. They were on provisional pole, but with 20 seconds to go, this will pretty much be their final lap, I think. Yes, it probably will. So, this is pretty much their last chance. Unless they're trying to go as fast as they can just to set another lap. We've got 9 seconds, so I guess this will be their last lap. So, qualifying is pretty much done with 4 seconds left. So everyone will be now. Yes, and qualifying is over. People on their final laps now as wsupe goes straight into the pits. There he goes. But Officer Cap, another person to keep an eye on, is down in P5, 146.6. Yes, that is what I'm looking at. Critical Noob also on another lap. Here we go. So they are on the front row at the moment. I bet you they might be just content with that. But about to go across the line. Here comes Critical Noob. And he doesn't improve. And there we go. I think. There we go. A few more people coming across the line. We haven't seen any improvements, really. No real improvements. Oh, and everyone's hitting that wall just to get their front wing removed. And there we go. So it has been confirmed. Hawk Base has got the pole position for that Aston Martin team. Everyone now reversing and going back on the track just to go into the pits just to get a new front wing or tyres. So it seems everyone has qualified on the soft tyre. Whether that will be the same when they go to do the race, I do not know. But race shall be starting soon, and we will be right back very soon. So, welcome everyone to here in Rotterdam. The Netherlands Grand Prix is about to take place, with qualifying looking especially exciting, especially since Hawkbase has now been starting on pole position. So, this is the 2021 Romula Rotterdam Grand Prix. It's going to be an exciting one, I can tell you now, with in Rotterdam for round number 3. So, a fun fact about Rotterdam. Rotterdam is home to the largest port in Europe, dating back to 1906, so very old indeed. The Netherlands is also home to another track in Zandvoort, where Formula 1 in real life also hosted their real-life Netherlands Grand Prix, and that was especially exciting with a Dutch driver winning that race. So I wonder if any of the drivers here are Dutch and whether they'll be able to win this race. That would be very exciting and very cool to see. But it does seem like it's going to be an exciting one indeed. Hawkbase, then Critical Noob, then PrimeDrifter will be starting in the top 3. Looking at the weather now, it is 12 degrees here and 12 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit with humidity is 82% and 80%. So it's a very windy day, but that's going to show what's going to happen in the grid. It doesn't really matter, since a lot of people, as I'm looking now, are starting on the hards or the mediums. I myself am going to be your commentator today, so hopefully we'll have a good stream today. I'm very excited towards that. So, looking at the qualifying positions, if I can get that up, it's Hawkbase on pole position, followed by Critical Noob. Then it is PrimeDrifter, wsupe P4, Cat P5, One Boy P6, Randomised P7, Loosebot P8, Swash P9, and Gust in P10. So that is the top 10 for you. McLaren's looking not too great, but the Aston Martin's looking absolutely fantastic as well as the Williams drivers. So let's get straight in to looking now towards the grid. There we go. So, Critical Noob starting P2 after a very not so great Grand Prix last weekend. I bet you they'll be wanting to improve towards that. In the Williams car. I'm trying to think, where is Hawkbase? There he is. Hawkbase is now here in the Aston Martin. Number 5, sporting that lovely Sebastian Vettel number, I guess. So it is green flag at the moment. We should be starting soon. I'm wondering if there's going to be a form lap. Just having a look at my desktop audio. Interesting. Okay, I guess we'll have to go without desktop audio in this. Sorry about that. Very disappointing indeed. But we'll have to put up with it for now. Hold on, actually. I think I may know why. What if I did something like this? So I wonder if any of the drivers here are Dutch. So you can hear that, but you can't hear Roblox. Interesting. Interesting. Hmm. Okay. Well, we'll have to put up with that then. Alright, cool. So, it looks like a very interesting grid. If this was real life, I bet we'd all be very, very excited. But Aston Martin are leading the Constructors' Championship at the moment. So that's definitely something to be looking forward to as an Aston Martin driver, I bet. But we are going to be starting the formation lap soon. So it's yellow flag. We should be starting very soon, hopefully. There we go. So now going for the formation lap. Exciting stuff now. So Hawkbase is going to be wanting to defend into turn 1. I can tell you that now. Especially since they are going to be fighting for that championship lead in the driver standings as well. Not just the constructor standings. But they got Critical Noob behind them. And it's going to be very difficult to hold them off. I can tell you that now. But they've also got PrimeDrifter, the drivers' championship leader, and wsupe, who are very experienced drivers indeed, as well as Officer Cap, Hawkbase's teammate, is in the top 5 as well. So I'll be interested to find out who will come out on top here today. So here we are coming round now into the final corner. The safety car not doing very well. He's not keeping everyone behind here. It seems like a Critical Noob just gone straight ahead. No, that's Luchabot, I think. Yeah, Luchabot's just gone straight ahead. Doesn't matter. I don't think it really does matter anyway. So Red Bull back to their old livery, not the white livery anymore. They're back to their nice blue livery. Critical Noob forming up. Taking as long as they need. Hard tyres for Critical Noob as well as Hawkbase. PrimeDrifter. They are going to be on their tyres as well. They're going on some new tyres. They're on the hard tyres. Then we have wsupe. If I can find them, there's so many people sitting down, so I can't actually find some people. wsupe on the hard tyres as well. Officer Cap on the hard tyres. Top 5, all hard tyres. So, be very interesting to see. So, it seems like the owner has become a grid girl official. Lovely jubbly. In the banana costume. So, it seems like we should be starting soon. 39 laps now. It's going to be around about 39 to 40 laps. Here we go for the lights. It is 1 light, 2 light, 3 light, 4 lights, and 5 red lights. And away we go after a very long wait for the Rotterdam Grand Prix. Very slow starts from everyone. I can tell you that now. But it seems like PrimeDrifter getting the best out of all of them. And it seems like Hawkbase going into turn 1 seems to be leading. But Critical Noob also fighting with... Dear oh dear. And there we go. A lot of lag spike. There we go. Critical Noob. It's a very close fight between Critical Noob and Hawkbase now. Going into what is the fourth turn of the hairpin. But Critical Noob keeping up. There we go. Going through the chicane now. Very, very close between Critical Noob and Hawkbase. Going now into the 2 double right-hander, I think. The left-hander. Left, right? I don't know. I don't know anymore. It seems that Hawkbase is keeping up the pace though. And we're just trying to get an onboard with Critical Noob. I can't find him. I can't find him. Yeah, there we go. Critical Noob. Now, just behind with what 0.1 seconds separate the two of them. But one Yeety Boy, the one that starts on the medium tires, is going to go for a very sharp first stint. And they're in P5 at the moment. Officer Cap down in P3 with PrimeDrifter P4. One Yeety Boy P5. And it seems, there we go. Yeah, I thought Hawkbase went off the track there, but going through the chicanes now, it seems like Critical Noob seems to be getting the better line through there. And I don't know what they're doing up top there, but it seems like Critical Noob keeping that pace very, very nicely at the moment. And who is that bloke? We'll find out soon. There we go. Third lap now. It seems like one Yeety Boy getting a great stint so far with that medium tyres. They're up into P3, keeping up with all the other drivers. There we go. One Yeety Boy is fighting for P2. I think it's Hawkbase falling behind. Has Hawkbase been overtaken by Critical Noob? It seems like he has, so he must have made a mistake. Critical Noob now leads this Grand Prix with PrimeDrifter P2, and then it seems like they're all fighting for the P2 actually. I can't exactly tell. It seems like it's between PrimeDrifter, Hawkbase, and one Yeety Boy from P2 to P4. Here we go. And it seems Critical Noob is still leading there. He's gained a lovely lead quite a bit actually. And it seems like Hawkbase is going to try and keep up with them, but it seems like Hawkbase has just lost that pace after this first few laps. But we're now on to lap number 5, and it seems like they're all just really keeping up with each other very nicely here, as wsupe is down in P5, Officer Cat P6, P7 Randomize, Luchabot P8, and Epic Dusk P9, 1TZ in P10. So there we go, and it seems to be spreading out a little bit more now, the grid. And it seems like Officer Cap making a move on wsupe now, going through this little straight here, going into what is the final few corners. Can't really get to see because there's so much lag at the moment. But we'll have to make do what we got. PrimeDrifter though, up in P2. 1 second separates PrimeDrifter to Critical Noob. Can Critical Noob keep this pace up? Because one Yeety Boy seems to be falling back on that medium tyre, so they seem to be dying very, very quickly. So we should be seeing some pit stops from the people on the mediums and the softs very, very soon, especially randomised since they're on the soft tyres. And those soft tyres are only good until all 2 laps, and then they're completely dead. So I'm surprised they're staying out this long. Very, very surprised, and it seems it looks like they're coming up to lap people already. Very interesting. But Hawkbase is keeping that pace, and that rhymed. I don't know why I said that. Hawkbase now is about half a second behind PrimeDrifter, but it seems like Critical Noob is still pulling away with 1.4 ahead of PrimeDrifter, but wsupe about 1.4 seconds behind was Hawkbase. Looking further down, it seems like one Yeety Boy on that medium tyres is falling back quite considerably right now. And it seems like they could be seeing some more overtakes. Randomise those, keeping that pace to keep up with Officer Cap. And there goes Officer Cap making a move on one Yeety Boy. And then they go coming into the final 2 corners. Oh, it's very close between them. But one Yeety Boy seems to be coming out on top. No, he doesn't. And that puts Officer Cap, up into P5. But PrimeDrifter seems to be catching Critical Noob now. They gained about nearly half a second through that lap. So I wonder if Critical Noob made a bit of a mistake. Here we go, going into this double right-hander. They all go very wide at this corner. You can see they go right to the brow of this exit. And they're going into the final 2 corners now. Going on there, and they're back around to this final corner, which is very, very sharp. They go right to the curb there. But it seems like Critical Noob going to come out on top there. 1.3. So Critical Noob is keeping this pace up very nicely to keep PrimeDrifter and Hawkbase at bay. Luchabot making his moves up into P7 now, but about 3 seconds behind one Yeety boy. So it seems that there's going to be a safety car. There's a safety car now. His safety car has been out. It's coming out now. For some reason, what's happened here? It seems like Randomize is down all the way down in P17 for some reason. Maybe they've made like a massive mistake. Has someone lost front wings? A lot of people now boxing because of that. A lot of people boxing. Who's boxed? Let's have a look. Critical Noob has boxed. What about PrimeDrifter? Where is Prime? So Critical Noob has boxed for the medium tires. Everyone's boxing actually. So Prime's boxed for another set of hard tires by the looks of things. But Officer Cap on the other on hards, wsupe hards. Adams is in there somehow. And there we go. There's the safety car pretty much. So looking on board with the Adams, he's not boxed by the looks of it. He's not boxed at all. He's staying in P6. Luchabot. Everyone seems to be staying on the hard tyres now. Everyone. Except for Critical Noob. So there must be, must think there could be some more pace to be gained. And whether he can stretch those medium tyres long enough is a different question. So safety car will be staying out this lap. So Reg will be driving that safety car today. They're doing a lovely favour for us all. Regent Ace. And it seems like someone has boxed as well. Adam's friend. Did he just jump in and out? I think he did. Not supposed to do that, my friend. But I come out on the medium tyres now. So Regent Ace will be leading this pack after the safety car. It seems like the AlphaTauri. Are they unlapping themselves? I think they are. Yeah, they have unlapped themselves. So, seems like Luchabot is in P6. So not a bad result for the Williams so far, but I can tell you what, the Aston Martin cars will not be happy since they've started on P1, now in P4, and they're staying out even longer. I guess they must not be happy with what the grid is looking like at the moment. They must think not everyone's staying in positions. There you go, you see Critical Noob now coming down the main straight. It seems Luchabot's trying to make a few moves on the safety car circumstances. I think they should be dropping back. Safety car will be in this lap. Safety car will be in this lap. Here we go. Why they have reset the timer, I do not know. Absolute idiots. And there we go. Luchabot is in P2 for some reason. Why is Luchabot in P2? Nevertheless, they should be in P6, P7. So Critical will now be holding the pace in that Williams car. So here we go. So now going on to the main straight. Critical Noob's going to make it last as long as possible, sorry. And there we go. Critical Noob now going for it. Going now. Here we go. Go. Back for racing. And going into turn 1, 2, and 3. PrimeDrifter's going to have that advantage because he's on the medium tyres. But further back, it does look like the wsupe in the McLaren has got a fantastic start off of there. And for some reason, Luchibot is up into P3. There we go. So it does seem as though Critical Noob is going to come out on top of this because they're doing so well. How wsupe has got up so far, I do not know. But they're doing really well at the moment to keep that P2 position away from that away from Luchibot. If we can get a view of Luchibot, who's down now in P3. I reckon the FIA are looking into this at the moment. I don't know how Luchibot's got up into P3. It seems timing board isn't updating. The timing board hasn't updated. There we go. It seems they've redone it. So it should be fixed now. We are on lap 14. But Critical Noob not slowing down for it. Not waiting for that red flag. He's going straight for it. And he's going to keep going. As now it seems that Critical Noob is coming through the final corner now. And there we go. Critical Noob about to come across the line now. And there we go. Yes, it should be updated now with wsupe 1.2 behind. So just 2 laps has gained Critical Noob so much time. Luchibot P3. So the Williams having a fantastic day here. With Officer Cap and Hawk Base down in P7 and P9. Dear oh dear. They seem to be overran by the medium tyre runners. PrimeDrifter down in P4. With one Yeti Boy in P4. Sorry, I meant PrimeDrifter's down in P5. I apologise. wsupe. But can wsupe keep up this pace to try and overtake Critical Noob? That is the question. There we go. It seems no. So about 6/10 separate. 6/10 wsupe has lost to Critical Noob. So that medium tyre really working out for Critical Noob. But PrimeDrifter in P3 right now, 4.6 seconds behind. So a massive gap separates P2 and P3 right now. But Luchibot falling all the way down after that P3. After what? It might have just been a great start. I don't know. We'll have to find out. But it seems as though he's fighting with the 2 Aston Martins for that P4 position. I think it's P4. But it seems PrimeDrifter is doing pretty well to keep up with him. No, not actually. He's not. He's losing time as well as wsupe to Critical Noob. And there's an AlphaTauri stuck on the track. Oh, and there's a massive flip from one of the AlphaTauris. Just talking of the AlphaTauri. And that is randomized, I think. Absolutely insane there. What happened there? Randomize is going to come off way worse from that. I can't seem to find them. I apologise. There we go. Randomize is going to be way down the grid now after that. I think so anyway. Unless that was Max. I have no idea. But it seems like one of the AlphaTauris just completely sent it and flipped over that corner. But back to the lead. It seems like Critical Noob's really just pulling away right now. But PrimeDrifter is gaining very slightly. I guess that hard tyres will start to come into play very soon. But PrimeDrifter has got his eyes focused on wsupe right now. For that P2 position. P18. It's lap 18, sorry, right now. So we've got a little while to go to till the end of the race. We have about 11 laps, so stick with us, please do, and you'll see the end of this race, which is going to be very, very exciting. So the Aston Martin's working their way back up as well, actually. P4 and P5 now for both of them, with the Williams of Luchibot right behind them. And it seems, yeah, randomized wasn't the one that flipped. I just wonder who it was, though. I reckon it was Max Verstappen in the AlphaTauri. Hey ho, though. Hey ho. not much is happening back of the grid. It seems to be a fight for P10, but that's it really. So nothing really to focus on back there. But Critical Noob actually did get gained on during the last lap. So that's something to keep an eye on. Whether Critical Noob's tyres on the mediums will start to run out soon. I wonder. So actually, never mind. 3 seconds separate Critical and Rasu. I'm cursing everything at the moment. I don't understand what's going on. I'm pretty much everything I say is the opposite is what's going to happen. I apologize. But Hawkbase and Officer Cap are going to be not very happy with that P4 and P5. I can tell you that now. They're leading the constructor standings, and they're not going to want to be in that position right now. If I look further up in Discord, looking now for, we'll have to look later on, but Critical Noob coming up to lap Adams now, going to turn 1. 3.9 separates 3.9 seconds separates wsupe and Critical right now. So I can tell you this now, wsupe is losing pace. And I mean pace as in it's losing it rapidly. He's losing it very quickly. And it seems to be I don't know why they've done M. What do they think they're doing? They need to do N, not M. Seems to be Sauce is now gone up to P12. But that's not who we're really focused on right now. PrimeDrifter. If I can find him in the standing things. There he is. 6.2 seconds now. Prime is behind Critical. And it seems Srosh. Is that Srosh? Srosh is now up into P5. Doing really well for that Alfa Romeo actually. And he's got Loosebot behind him. Then randomized. Then what's happened to Hawkbase? They're in the pits. Hawkbase has boxed as well as one of the Mercedes. I think that's 1ET Boy who's boxed. No, that's not. It's 1TZ. I wonder if that's going to set off the rest of the medium runners, such as Critical Noob and Srosh. We'll have to keep an eye out, since that can really start to spice things up, but not really, because Critical Noob's actually just stayed out, and 4.1 seconds is wsupe. Then PrimeDrifter has actually gained time on Critical Noob. Then it's Officer Cat, then it's Luchabot, then it's Srosh. So it seems to be a bit of a battle now for that P4 position. Luchabot right in the middle of it, actually. It seems there is Officer Cap, then it's Luchabot, then it's Srosh. So Srosh doing really well for that Alfa Romeo team. I wonder, they're going through the chicanes now. Going through the double right-hander. Seems like Srosh has lost a little bit of time there. Actually, quite a bit, actually. But Critical gone across the line. What's the gap to the driver behind? 4.5. And Srosh makes a bit of a mistake there. He goes loses a ton of time, actually, because of that. And that could allow Randomize to be right behind them. 2 seconds, actually. So they lost about 3 seconds to Luchabot. Now they got 2 seconds behind them. It's going to be Randomize. But way ahead of them. It seems like PrimeDrifter is right behind wsupe right now. So this is the battle for P2. And even the battle for the lead soon, actually. Due to Critical Noob. Going to have to box soon, isn't he? Going into the double left-hander. There we go. They are losing time to Critical, but that will start to change soon as PrimeDrifter makes a bit of a mistake going over the curbs too much, allowing wsupe to pull away slightly. I wonder if we'll start to see Critical box at the same time as PrimeDrifter and wsupe. That would be very interesting, wouldn't it? But I reckon PrimeDrifter and wsupe will go on the medium tyres next, not the hards. Definitely not. But I can tell you what now, Critical Noob will go on the mediums again. Since he's gone so long on them already, I reckon he'll just go straight back to them. And it seems, I think that Critical has boxed. Yeah, Critical Noob has officially boxed now. I need to get back in the car. There we go. Back out they go. They'll come out in P6? P7. Critical Noob will now come back out in P7. I wonder, will wsupe and PrimeDrifter box? So currently, Williams are running P4 and P7 right now. Technically, because of them being... Oh, no, Critical will be P6, actually, sorry. I apologise. But wsupe staying out. PrimeDrifter, is he staying out? Yes, he is. And there's not much of a gap between those two. There's only 1 millisecond gained from PrimeDrifter in that lap. So I wonder, they are really levelling out on pace right now. But Critical Noob is on the hard tyres again, actually. That's different. Lucibot, have they just boxed? I think they have. Yes, Lucibot has boxed. Oh, actually, a decent stop there. They're going to come out in P7. No, P6, sorry. I think so, anyway. And they're going to come out in P8. No, P7, sorry. Yeah, P7. Goodness me. Goodness me. I need to learn how to do that better. But, Officer Cat P3, Randomised P4. Great effort from randomising that Alpha Tower right now. With Critical Noob going to be... I reckon Critical Noob is going to overtake him soon. So it probably could be a P5 finish for Randomise. As Randomise just goes and boxes. And there goes PrimeDrifter. I think PrimeDrifter has officially boxed now. What tyres will they be going on? They are going to go on for medium tyres. So I wonder if they've looked at Critical Noob's stint and thought, hey, I can do better, and gone on the medium tyres. But one Yeti Boy P5, Lucibot P6, and Hawkbase in P7. So we should see some boxes soon. They lose about 18 seconds from boxing, pretty much. So I wonder if Critical Noob's going to go back into the lead there. But PrimeDrifter, another person that's going to be definitely fighting for that. 11 laps to go, pretty much. As wsupe does go ahead and box, with Critical Noob literally right behind. With right behind Officer Cap right now. So it seems Critical Noob will be taking that lead very soon, since Officer Cap will be on the slower tyres, and it seems like Critical Noob has boxed. But wsupe is going to come out, and I think they're going to be fighting with PrimeDrifter. Yeah, it seems like PrimeDrifter has actually lost quite a considerable amount of time. And wonder... No, wsupe has come out behind PrimeDrifter. So PrimeDrifter has got the lovely undercut there, and now is up into P3. But Officer Cap, when will Officer Cap box? That is the big question we have to ask ourselves. And I think he just has gone ahead and boxed there, Officer Cap. So fantastic work from Officer Cap to make it up to P3. But he's going to lose a ton of positions now, which allows Lucibot to go into P4 actually. So Lucibot actually isn't far behind wsupe. Could this be a double podium for the Williams drivers? That would be very interesting, wouldn't it? So Lucibot is 1 second, 1.5 seconds behind wsupe. Could this time be gained back? But wsupe is on the medium tyres. They're on the fresher tyres, the better tyres here. So I reckon wsupe will come out on top. But that does say Williams will get great points from this Grand Prix. Especially if they win this race. Because 7 seconds behind the leader is PrimeDrifter, and Critical Noob is leading for that Williams team. So Williams will have a fantastic weekend here, which is great. Could do better, 1-2, but it's definitely great for them. Offers a cap down in P8 by the looks of things. Yep, P8, around about 7 seconds behind randomize in the AlphaTauri, sorry. But behind the officer cap is Srosh. So that'll be interesting. But PrimeDrifter is going to be wanting to just relax now in that Red Bull, I think. Unless they gain time. Wow. They have gained time. Quite a considerable amount, actually. About 1.5 seconds there from PrimeDrifter. Pulled right out of nowhere. So I wonder, will PrimeDrifter be able to catch up in time for the race before the race ends? That is the question. So here goes PrimeDrifter about to lap one of the AlphaTauris. I think that's Max Verstappen. And he's about to lap his teammate soon, actually, of CB2. 2 laps behind is CB2. There goes boxing the Alfa Romeo of Adams. And a Haas driver is up into the top 10 now. So that is Guelphs, I think, is now up into P10. A lap behind, though. So that's pretty much the best they can probably get. But that's a great work from them, pretty much. Critical Noob going through the final 2 corners. I wonder what the gap will be now between Prime and Critical. There is 6 laps to go now. Now it's 6. I wonder, did Critical just make a mistake? Okay, so it does seem it's evened out. So I think Critical must have made a mistake because that medium tyre gained, helped Prime get so much closer. I think it was 1 second gain from that. But it does seem like Critical will be evening that back out. But wsupe, if wsupe makes a single mistake, I can tell you this now. Luchabot in the Williams will be right behind them waiting in case that happens. I apologise. Oh, I need a drink. There we go. Back to the racing, I see. wsupe is now going through the final corner. It seems they just lapped someone. Oh. What happened to PrimeDrifter? PrimeDrifter has just gone way behind. They've boxed. PrimeDrifter has boxed for the soft tyres. What's happened there? PrimeDrifter's going to go all the way down the grid. That must have been a very bad strategy call because he's just gone down. Way down. So that's putting Luchabot in P3 and wsupe P2. So it could be a double podium for the Williams drivers. Wow. Interesting. So that has pushed PrimeDrifter very far down the grid. And it looks like wsupe, Critical Noob, did just go across the line. So they could be coming up to lap PrimeDrifter after that box. I wonder what happened. It's very interesting, that. But focusing back on the race at hand, is there any close battles at the moment? Doesn't look like it. The grid is very spread out. But I can tell you what, PrimeDrifter is going to be wanting to work their way back up. And it seemed someone has been disqualified. Is that for the amount of CCs? I wonder. So Racer. I think that's 99RC. I don't know. We'll have to find out. But it does seem like wsupe has gained a bit of time on Critical Noob. But I think Critical Noob just needs to focus on bringing it home now. And they don't really need to worry about that. Very, very good. Randomize up into P4. There we go. Hawk Base has just been overtaken by Randomize. There goes Officer Cap. One Yeetie Boy. Where's Hawk Base going? Their tyres must be absolutely gone for them to box now. That is insane. It must have been very, very bad tyres for them to box now of all times. And not try and bring it out to the end. And it seems like Hawk Base could be getting lapped by Critical Noob soon. But that does put PrimeDrifter up into P7 behind one Yeetie Boy. Who PrimeDrifter is on the soft tyres and one Yeetie Boy on the medium. So one Yeetie Boy, yeah, it looks like one Yeetie Boy is about to get overtaken now after a very bad double right-hander. There we go, going to double left-hander now, coming up to the final corner. It does look like Prime will be just in front of one Yeetie Boy. So there goes, he goes back up into P6. Can it be a P5 finish for Prime? That would be a nice comeback, wouldn't it? So Critical Noob is started the final lap of this race. So they will come across to pretty much win this Grand Prix with wsupe behind them, and then it will be Luchibot in P3. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I didn't expect a double podium for the Williams drivers. I did expect someone else than Hawk Base to win, because Hawk Base is down in P8. I mean, I'm not putting Hawk Base off here, but I did think Hawk Base wouldn't be able to come across to win this race. But here comes the person that will win this race, Critical Noob, about to come across the line to win here in Rotterdam for the Netherlands Grand Prix. A fantastic race from them, and wsupe is about to come across the line now to get that P2 finish for the McLaren team, and then Luchibot for the double podium will go across the line now for the Williams team. Fantastic stuff. Absolutely fantastic. There we go. Randomize will be coming across the line soon. Where are they? They'll be coming across the line. And there they go. Across the line for that P4 position. PrimeDrifter just gets in front for that P5 position. And then Officer Cap, P6. Hawkbase, P7. And then, where's one Yeetie Boy? Where are they? P8. Srosh will come across in P9. And then 99RC will get that final points paying position. So, Critical Noob, after Strategy Masterclass, has come across to win here in the Netherlands. Fantastic racing. So we will be right back very soon for that. So now, looking at the top three, it is a double podium for the Williams team and the McLaren of wsupe getting P2. So fantastic racing from wsupe to keep that pace enough to get in front of PrimeDrifter. PrimeDrifter, I can tell you this now, will not be happy. One Yeetie Boy losing all those positions after that final lap. That's not going to be what he wants. PrimeDrifter is going to be standing there thinking, what happened? And you can see that the reserve driver for that Red Bull team came home with no front wing there. So that is not going to be very exciting. Both the Aston Martins, the championship leaders, are very, very far down the grid. So they're not going to be happy with where they finished. So, looking now, we should have the podium very, very soon. There we go. Safety car, driven by one of the people. Oh, and they've... Don't do it. Don't do it. He's done it. Okay. He's just gone ahead and done it. That AlphaTauri is not supposed to be there. That is some absolute idiot. I'm going to get banned. Joking. Um, he's put the AlphaTauri in P3. I think that was randomized. Who finished P4. So there is Luchibot in P3. Sitting there, waiting for the podium celebrations to start. In the cooldown room, these people, everyone's there, waiting to go on to the top positions. wsupe now in P2, and coming across now should be Critical Noob to win, person that won this Grand Prix. So they're going to be extremely happy with that final result. So very, very happy for them. And we should be, if we can, get the national anthem starting soon. If we can. And there we go. That is the podium celebrations. Yes, I guess that is that. So that is the Rotterdam Grand Prix, everyone. And what an exciting one that was. Definitely tune in next time, next weekend actually, where we'll be at Valencia for that Grand Prix. So please do like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And comment down below on if you have any suggestions for future Grand Prix. I'm open to hearing them. So we'll see you soon.